Welcome to round 5 of the FRL League. To this week, we're in Spain at the Barcelona track. So, thanks for joining us wherever you are around the world. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're safe. Should be in for a good race tonight. So this is Div 1. So this is the highest division in FRL. Looks like we've got a full grid, almost a full grid. We've got 19 drivers, so we're looking good for close to full grid tonight. There's some cars now get out on the track. So if this is the first time joining us, we do 18-minute qualifying. So it's the short qualifying in this league. Looks like plenty of guys are going out on the soft tyres as we speak. So a little bit about Barcelona. It's a 16-turn, 4.65 kilometre circuit. We're going to be doing 33 laps tonight. So 33 laps. We're looking at potentially a one-stopper. Strategy-wise, probably the medium tyre is suited. So mediums generally last around 14 to 16 laps around here. The hards generally 19 to 21. If you're going with the soft tyre, might be looking at a two-stopper. As we see the Ferrari giving that Renault a good little hurry on. I think that was Diddle-Lick. Yeah, so we're looking at probably a two-stopper if you're going to start on the soft. And we've already got one off, so that's Putin B. Hoppin. He's up at turn 9, so a turn that is quite synonymous, actually, with cars coming off the track. So it's already claimed its first victim of the week as we're on board with Jack Jackson. So not too familiar with championship standings and all that. Had a week off last week, so there was the league versus league race of FRL versus NRL. I don't know if you managed to catch any of that, but I had 10 drivers from one league, 10 drivers from another league raced in Australia. The return leg is going to be in Silverstone, I think in April sometime. So that's a long way away from now. We're right here, right now. So we've got Jack Jackson. He's going to be the first one to set a fast time. Track's looking pretty full at the moment. We've only got a few guys left in the pits yet to set a time. So yeah, the Barcelona track, a very heavily used testing track. Obviously F1 don't do as much testing as they once did, but is quite synonymous with being a testing circuit, having a number of different layouts. I think the turn, there's going to be some changes to the track, I believe, for this season. Around this part of the track, the back of the track actually, I think they're removing a couple of turns, the old the chicane that we see Jack Jackson in the Red Bull traversing through there. So was that someone? I don't know if that was someone who spun off there for a second. Alright, so Jack Jackson sets a first time of 1:16, which is beaten immediately by Rhino, doing a 1:15.8. As we see, we're on board with King Mural. Dick Diddle-Lick, sorry. He was coming through there, 1:16.7. The Phantom goes fastest with a 1:15.7. So I think I saw a AlphaTauri through there as well. Coming through. Obviously, one of the favourites for the evening is going to be Baraka. Quite a tough opponent for most people. As we see, Cairns F1 95 set of 1:17. Who else do we have out there? Do we have Baraka? So Baraka out on the softs. Sets a 1:16.5. So maybe just a banker lap for him at the moment. I think King Mural is coming through turn 14 and 15. And he's going in the pits. Alright. Hervina's on his outlap. Let's see who we can pick up here. And I always struggle with the pronunciation of this guy's name. The other commentator pronounced it excellently. I'm terrible at it. Sandeezy is on a fast lap in the Williams. What does he have? He hits the line. He goes fastest with a 1:15.5. So a nice tidy lap there by Sandeezy in the Williams. Looks like we've got a Ferrari coming around as well. Hervina, oh no, he's already invalidated his lap. CFFR, he's coming out of the pits. Looks like the Phantom is going into the pits. Trilla Gorilla goes a 1:15.6, so good enough for P2 at the moment. Exotic, a familiar face from the Nemesis Racing League, commentated on his race this morning actually. In China, he crosses the line in P9, a 1:17.1 at the moment. Toby, oh, who was that? Crazy Kiwi on his out lap. Is he just getting out of the way of people? Not too sure. We'll get back to him. Try and keep up with this action now. We've got a Ferrari coming around there. Hervina's coming into the pits. Got a few guys out on track at the moment, just having a look at tyres. So we've got a bit of a mixture of mediums and softs there. We'll get back to that shortly. Lazo's on his outlap. So looks like Crazy Kiwi. Has he got damage? No, I think he's just getting out of the way for people. So some nice driving there, making sure he stays out the way. This is Exotic. Looks like he might be going for a second fast lap on those medium tyres. So we'll stay on board with him. We're approaching the 11-minute mark. So we're almost 7 minutes in to this short qualifying session. We've got about 8 guys who are yet to set a lap time at the moment. Doesn't look like Exotic is going to come into the pits. All right. So everyone's put in their banker lap so far, so we're probably going to have a little bit of a lull here as we're on board with Toby Tiger. Crazy Kiwis in the pits. So guys that haven't set a lap yet is King Mural, so he's just beginning his lap in the Williams now. Sliders, Havina, Chihimadond, well, however you pronounce that name. It looks like he might have dropped. Ooh, King Mural gets a fair bit of oversteer there. Coming out of turn 3. So Sliders is yet to set a lap as well. We'll get on board with him. Wheezy Weston's on an out lap. Lazu is coming through as well. We'll try and pick him up. So he's just coming through turn 13 at the moment. Turn 14, the left and the right handers. So 15, wanting to use all the curbs through there. Gets a nice run to the line. And sets a 1:16.2. So good enough for P6 at the moment. Let's go down to Sliders in the McLaren. This is his first fast time. He goes P6 with a 1:15.9. So a nice banker from Sliders there. So Diddleick, he is on his out lap. So we might move on from him. I think we'll get back to King Mural. So how's he going? He's in the final sector now, coming through 14 and 15. This will be his first fast lap. Oh, that's quite slow, 1:22. So that's a fair way off the pace. He'll want to go again with that time. Wheezy Weston. Interesting helmet design. I don't know if that's his regular helmet. The American flag on there. He's got some graphics. I'm liking it. I'm digging the helmet, Wheezy. Alright, what has he got? So he comes across the line, out of turn 15, turn 16, goes P9 with a 1:16.7. So he's up there in P9 at the moment. CFFR, he has invalidated his lap as we approach the halfway mark of this qualifying session for round 5 of the FRL Racing League. Looks like Putin B. Hoppins on his outlap. Sliders just getting out of the way, people. Well done to Sliders. So a few guys still yet to set a time. Toby Tiger, Crazy Kiwi, and Hervina in the Ferrari. As we see Baraka out on the soft tyres. Looked like he was 8/10 up on his best lap. As he comes through to turn 10, the heavy braking zone. He's set a purple sector 2 at the moment. We see King Mural has made up for that previous lap. He's gone a 1:15.4 for P1 at the moment. We'll get back to Baraka. We'll just follow him on his lap here. He's over a second up. He might be sandbagging here, the old Baraka, I reckon. We'll keep an eye out for him later on. Kansas on his out lap. What about Crazy Kiwi? Are you on a lap yet? He is. He's beginning his lap at the moment in the Red Bull as we approach 8 minutes remaining. So he's on the mediums. Let's have a look at some of the other tyre options that we got out there. So Sandeezy, oh, who was that? That looked like it was Exotic, who's gone around. So he had gone around just near turn 4, turn 5. Doesn't look like he has any damage, so he's been able to keep that out of the wall. So good for him. He'll be able to keep on going. So he's had a little mistake there. Back to Crazy. So he's invalidated his lap. So he's going to have to go again. Hervina is yet to set a time. He's out on the mediums. This is coming through turn 13. Turn 14, the left-hander. Turn 15, the right-hander. Wants to set the car up for that final long radius right-hander of turn 16. Comes across the line, sets a 1:15.8. So nice lap from Hervina, good enough for P7 at the moment. Now I think this is Exotic, so he's going into the pits. Yeah, we saw him spin before. Cairns, we'll see if he is on a fast lap at the moment. Not really looking like it at this stage. Oh, possibly, yeah, he's pushing. All right. He's going to go 1:16.1, so good enough for P9. Jack Jackson, he's a 10th up on his time. He's currently P3. He goes P2 with a 1:15.4. So he moves into P2 just behind Kimural and in front of Sandeezy. Triller Gorillas in the pits. What about Putin B. Hoppin? How's he going? He's 3/10 up. He's in P15 at the moment with a 1:17.2. He's now in P14 with a 1:16.7. So Putin B. Hoppin moves up a couple of positions out there as we approach 6 minutes remaining. We're 2/3 of the way through this short qualifying for round 5 of FRL. It's season 2, if you're counting, if you've been with us from the start. Thank you very much. If you're just joining, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Some of the quality racing that we've got prepared for you tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. Who else do we have out there? So Baraka's on an outlap. So we saw him before. I reckon he might just be keeping a little bit coy at the moment. We'll get back to him shortly. This is CFR. He's 7/10 up on his best lap time of a 1:17.3, which finds him currently in P16. So we'll see if he can better his time with just over 5 minutes remaining now. This guy at the track will probably start to get a little bit busy again shortly as everyone gets out for their final runs. As we see CFFR Vesti, a 1:16.2, good enough for P10. We've got a couple of, I thought we had a couple of McLarens out there. We've gone pretty quiet. I've got a Ferrari off somewhere along here. Yeah, he's just getting out of the way. Might as well go on board with Baraka then. He makes his way through turn 10. Very smooth driver. He's currently in P13 at the moment. So he's out on the mediums. I think he might have just been doing a little bit of reconnaissance. Oh, he breaks traction, gets a little bit of oversteer. Hits the DRS, goes a 1:15.1. So just decides to smash that by 3/10. So Baraka goes P1. He's a hard man to beat. The old Baraka in the Mercedes. He won the FRL versus NRL League versus League race last week. Took it out representing FRL. So nice to see a win for those guys. What about Triller Gorilla? How are you going, Triller? I should get on you, shouldn't I? Otherwise, hey, no. So P6, he's invalidated his lap. All right, just under 4 minutes now in qualifying remaining. Bit quiet out on the track currently. The Phantom, he's on a fast lap. Toby Tiger's out there with him as well in front of him. See if we can get a bit of a tow. Toby kindly moves aside for him. Lets the Phantom continue on his way as he navigates the right-hander of turn 12. Turn 13. So we see URL Matthias has joined. So we'll see if he makes it in for the race. Even if he did come in and qualify, he still starts last anyway because he's joined late. Qualifying started. So the Phantom goes 15.3 for P2. So nice lap by the Phantom. Crazy Kiwi has invalidated his lap. Too bad for Crazy Kiwi there. So he's gone into the pits anyway. Looks like we have a Williams out there at the moment. Rhino's on an out lap. So is Putin be hopping. Slater's in the other McLaren's in the pits. 2.5 minutes left. Track is pretty quiet actually at the moment. So a few guys might just be happy with their times. Feeling comfortable. Obviously King Mural, he's not that happy with his time at the moment. He wants to try and improve. He's going to get his lap started. He's in P3 at the moment with a 1:15.4. So we'll see if he can improve as he slams open that DRS. Heading down the front straight into that right-hander of turn 1. Turn 2 is the left-hander. Now he comes into turn 3, which just seems like it goes forever. Finally gets around there. Wants to brake just before he hits the bridge. Takes that nicely. Now it's turn 5. The downhill left-hander. A little bit of a brake lock up there. As he heads down the hill. Turn 6. Use all the curb on the entry. Nice on the exit as well a little bit. Coming up through. This is turn 9. Now the short sprint with the DRS open to turn 10. Brakes nice and late there. I'm liking the braking from King Mural. Is he up on his time at the moment? I didn't see. There's no purple sectors. As we see, it's almost T-minus 1 minute left in qualifying. We'll see King Mural out to the end here. See if he can beat his time of a 1:15.4. He does. He goes a 1:15.1. So it's good enough. That's pretty close to Baraka as well. So good to see. Baraka might have a little bit of competition out here this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you are. In what part of the world you are. What about Triller Gorilla? He's on an out lap as well. Just trying to get up to date with everyone. Where are we? Cans, he's on an out lap as well. Wheezy's on an out lap. What about Exotic? Where are you? He's coming around turn 10. Matthias has thought better of it, has left the session. So Exotic's currently in P17 at the moment with a 1:17.1. We'll see if he can improve that. What about Diddle Lick? No, that was the wrong Ferrari. Havina is P... Oh, so Diddle Lick is in a little bit of trouble. Had to let the Red Bull through. Alright, I've sort of lost my place a little bit there. Alright, Sandeezy. My man Sandeezy is in P7. Triller Gorilla is out there. Lazu is out there as well. As we've gone 000, so these times will be the final times. Lazu's a 1:16.2, goes a 1:15.5. So good enough for P7. His Redo teammate goes P3. Triller Gorilla at a 1:15.2. Jack Jackson's out there. He's invalidated his lap, so he's not going to get any better than that. Vesti's in the pits. I think that was Sandeezy coming around now. Yep, so he's currently in P9 at the moment. He's going to go into the pits as well. What about Wheezy Weston? He is 4/10 up. He's currently P16 at the moment. He crosses the line in a 16 flat, so good enough for P13 from Wheezy. Crazy Kiwi yet to set a time and won't set a time. That lap is invalidated again. So I'm not too sure what's happening with him at the moment. Putin B. Hoppin, he's finished as well. Havina is invalidated too. So that's looking like it's pretty much it at the moment. Jack Jackson's done. Toby Tiger is done. Yeah, so that looks like it's everyone finished at the moment. So it's Baraka from King Mural, from Triller Gorilla, And then in P4, we've got the Phantom. Then we've got Jack Jackson as well. P6 is Hervina. Then we've got Rhino. In P7, Lazo. In P8, Sandeezy. P9, Toby Tiger. Exotic Slatus, Wheezy Western, Cairns, CFR, Diddle-Lick, Putin B. Oh, that was not really that good from the McLaren then. Was that Putin B hopping? Yeah, that was a bit average, I reckon. Not really necessary, but you know. Alright, where was I? Diddle-Lick, Putin B hopping, Crazy Kiwi. And looks like URL Matthias has joined us. So he will be joining us in the race. He is going to start P20. But what I do know of URL Matthias is, one, he's very particular about world record times. He got in touch with me after the last time I did these guys and told me about my world record times and how they can be a little bit dodgy. So, and he's fast as well. That's the other thing I know about URL Matthias. So, in the name of that, I didn't mention world record times, just for URL Matthias. So I'm glad that he was able to join the session. Welcome. Good luck to him. All right, that's our grid set. Let's get ready now for the race. All right, so we're FRL pretty particular about making sure give the opportunity to everyone to set their strategies. Yeah, so we'll wait for them. In the meantime, we'll try and see if we can have a look at tyre choices as well. So that's going to play a little bit of a part in it all, obviously. We will... Oh yeah, session starts. What do we got? Oh no, I can't. Okay. Oh, yep, here we go. So, medium, Baraka's going to start on. Hervina's starting on the medium. Sandeezy. And so all the guys outside of the top 10 are all going to start on the medium. So, the only three in the top 10, Sandeezy, Hervina, and Baraka, are all going to start on the medium tyres. So this should be pretty interesting. We'll see. We'll see how the strategy plays out for these guys as they get underway on the formation lap. It doesn't look like we've had any issues getting away. Oh, it looks like there's a couple of late changes there. So Exotic is on the hard tyre, and Crazy Kiwi is on the hard tyre as well. So, and we see URL Matthias has joined too, so in P20. So we'll keep an eye on his progress from the back of the field there, back in P20. But it looks like everyone's managed to get away from the grid without any issue here. So we're looking all set for a nice clean getaway. Hopefully there's no issues with the lobbies. Experienced a few technical hiccups and bugs recently with lobbies, so hopefully we can stay away from any of that trouble tonight. So a lot of vigorous weaving, trying to get those tyre temperatures up. Look at that glorious sight. Only a month or so away, I think, from starting in real life in Bahrain, not in Australia this year. Be later, November, I believe. Wheezy Western. So generally a driver who's in the hunt usually. So we'll see how he goes from P13. As we see the lap strategies, the pit strategies there. So the soft runners, will probably expect them in between 7 to 9. The medium runners between 14 and 16. And then who knows what the hard runners are going to do. They're 19 to 21. So lap life. Alright, so Cody's is doing a great job here again with the camera views for the start. So we'll try and work it out. Alright. So it's 1 light, it's 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go. So let's go racing. So it looks like Baraka got a pretty good start there. A few of them got bogged down a little bit. But it looks like everyone's managed to get away so far. So it's Baraka from the Phantom. Jack Jackson's in there battling it out with Hervina and King Mural. King Mural's dropped a few places now. He's down into P5. Oh, that's looks like an Alpha running wide there as well. So I'm not too sure who that was. We're on board. Oh, that's Lazo. So Lazo's gone around. That was at turn 3. So he's gone around. He's gone right to the back of the field as well. Hasn't no safety car or anything's been deployed, or virtual safety car. So we're all still under full race conditions. Chahemond is moved up. Let's see. Position changes. So Rhino's dropped. Oh, who is that? That's Toby Tiger. So Toby Tiger is out. So that was coming out of turn 9. So turn 9's claimed its first one. Looks like it's a localized yellow. So no safety car as of yet. Yeah, so Rhino's dropped a bunch of places. He's down in P8. Diddle Lick has made up a bunch of places though. He's up 7 places. URL Matthias is already up 7 places as well. As we complete lap 1, it's Diddle Lick coming under pressure now from Slardis. Up the front straight. We don't have DRS activated yet, but he doesn't need it. So Slardis has made that move quite comfortably on Diddle Lick. He can't fight back, so Slardis takes P9. Oh, Triller Gorilla's going around at turn 3. So he spun right around there. I don't know if he's got any damage. He'll have to be careful on the re-entry here. So he's dropped all the way down to P16 now. So too bad for Triller Gorilla. He had a really good qualifying. How's URL Matthias? So we've had 2 DNFs so far, Lazo and Toby Tiger. And we've got a safety car. So maybe that was Lazo that's caused that safety car. I'm not too sure. Is it too early for a pit stop? Probably at this stage. But we'll see. We'll have to see for that CFR. Crazy Kiwi. So Triller Gorilla. Oh, Triller Gorilla's out as well. So we've lost 3. We're 2 laps in. We've lost 3. So Triller Gorilla, Lazo, and Toby Tiger are all out. I can't foresee going for a pit stop yet. So we're still under safety car conditions. So yet to... so we got... okay, so we do have pit stoppers. So we got Jack Jackson. We've got the Phantom. We've got King Mural. We've got Diddle Lick, Rhino, Poot B Hoppin, Chehemond are in there as well. So all of those guys have decided to pit and go to the hard tyres. Might have to bank on getting another safety car though. Stopping this early. Putin B Hoppin went to the mediums. Diddle Lick went to the hards. Who else went to mediums? King Mural, Rhino. So this has worked out alright for Rhino. He dropped a bunch of places. The Phantom went to the mediums as well. So yeah, interesting strategies from those guys. But Baraka has finally caught the safety car. And it's going to bunch the pack up now. So it's a little bit spread out. Whoa. we're not going to get it in on this lap. We're going to have to go around another full lap, because by the time it gets to the beginning of Sector 3, not everyone is going to be there. Alright, so we're going to have at least this lap and another one under safety car. So it'll give us a chance to take our breath, catch our breath, and get ready to go again. So position changes. So URL Matthias is up 14 spots already in P6 in that Mercedes. Cairns has come up 7 spots. Wheezy Weston's a mover as well. He's up 5. Sandeezy's up 7. Exotic is up 7. Some of the guys who've dropped, King Mural, but he's pitted as well, so take that into account. Jack Jackson and Rhino as well. So we've had a few good gains, but then we've also had some guys who've lost. But let's keep our eye on URL Matthias. He started P20. It's lap 3. He's up in P6 at the moment. Alright, so yeah, it's 3. Triller Gorilla, Lazo, and Toby Tiger. What happened to Toby Tiger? Toby Tiger, terminal damage as well. So, Sandeezy, a collision with Lazo. Yeah, so Toby and Triller Gorilla have terminal damage. Not too sure what happened to the other one, but never mind. Well, lap 4, we should go racing after this lap though. They're all bunched up. Should be good to go after here. So let's have a look at tyres. So all soft tyres have been ditched already. So you've only got the medium and the hard compounds out there. It's CFR, Diddle-Lick, Jack Jackson and Exotic are all on the hard tyres at the moment. Everyone else is on the mediums. The only guys that didn't pit are the top 8. So Baraka, Sandeezy, Hervina, Exotic, Slardus, Matthias, Cairns, Wheezy Weston all have not pitted yet. So safety car in this lap. So the lights have gone out. Baraka's essentially going to become the safety car. He'll bunch the field up. And once he crosses the line, we will get racing again. So it'll be lap 5. We'll restart the race on after that safety car. And we'll get going again. So he's backing him right up. Sandeezy's very keen to go. Weaving left and right to keep tyre temp up. And he's going to try and not let Baraka get away from here. So he's got a fair bit of experience in this, Baraka. And he's going, oh no! That was the Ferrari of Hervina! So that's what cold tyres do to you. So he turned it around at the final turn. He's backed him right up. And now it's a big traffic jam coming up the front straight now. So Hervina under attack from Slardus. Slardus making the move down the inside into turn 1. Does he have enough on it? No, not yet. So it looks like that's Exotic behind him in the Haas. It's a real big gaggle of cars in here now. So this could cause a little bit of action. Safety cars breed safety cars. As we see Matthias take Exotic up the inside of turn 3. So he moves up into P5. He's up 15 positions so far. And we're only up lap 5 at the moment. So yeah, Hervina he almost turned around. He managed to save it. But he's just let Sandeezy and Baraka go on a 2-man race at the moment. And this is Wheezy Weston. So he is coming under attack. Oh no, that was... Oh, we got a couple. There's a couple here. So that's the racing point of the Phantom and Exotic. So doing synchronized spinning there. So they've both gone around. That is in around turn 7. So they've dropped to the back of the field in the meantime. Oh, so Wheezy making the move now. This is on Cairns. So he moves up into P6. Cairns is coming under attack from Jack Jackson as well. Jack Jackson's up to the inside. Thinks better of it. So Cairns is under a little bit of attack here. Nice move for Wheezy. He's moved up into P6. So can Jack Jackson get a nice run up the front straight here? Doesn't have DRS just yet. That should come next lap. Cairns defending. Forces Jack Jackson to the outside. Brakes nice and late on those hard tyres. Gets the job done. So nice move from Jack Jackson. He moves up into P7, just ahead of him's Wheezy Western. So Rhino's just behind these two cars now as well. So he's moving up on these two. Hervina has a 3-second penalty by the look of it as well. So interesting restart there. We got a bit of action with Hervina accidentally bottling everyone up. So sure that was completely unintentional, but that's what cold ties do. So we've got King Mural, the Phantom and Exotic have all needed to pit there. I don't know what happened to King Mural. So this is Slardus looking to still make his move on Hervina. And that's URL Matthias behind him as well, who's looking very, very impatient by the body language of that car. He wants to get past. Slardus wants to get past Hervina. Hervina doesn't want any of them to get past. He's going to have a hard time keeping them behind though. So DRS has been enabled as they head up the front straight. So both cars will get it. Looks like Matthias had a good start, a good slipstream there. And he's going to be able to get up the inside, but can't get the job done there. So Slardus holds his position. Matthias is very, very impatient right now. He wants to get past. He wants to make his strategy work. Chahimon gets past CFFR Vesti. Let's get back to this battle though. So it's URL Matthias and Slardus and Hervina battling it out for P3, 4 and 5. Out in front, it's Baraka. He's 2.6 seconds ahead of Sandeezy, who is a further 5.4 seconds ahead of this pack here. And this is 3rd, 4th and 5th that we can see at the moment. Just having a look at some other close battles at the back here. Let's jump on board with Diddleick. He's battling it out with CFFR Vesti as they come up through turn 9. Opens up that DRS. They both got DRS though. It's not really that effective up that short little straight there. Just keep an eye on this trio of cars. I don't mind that helmet from URL Matthias. It's got a bit of Nicky Lauda about it. I like it. Alright, so he should get DRS this lap around. He does. Oh, he's definitely not close enough. Exotic is out. So Exotic, DNF for Exotic, so I'm not too sure what's happened to him. That's DNF number 4 so far. So we're down to the top 16 in Division 1. We're lap 8 of 33. I think he's just put it into the pit. So nice driving there from Exotic. He hasn't crashed out. I'm not too sure what's happened as we see Jack Jackson battling it out with Wheezy Western. So Jack Jackson's managed to move himself up into P6. He's just behind the battle that we've been looking at with URL Matthias and Slardus. So it looks like he got that done around turn 3. So he's going to have his work cut out for him to keep Wheezy behind him. The gap now between these two, Slardus and Matthias, still very, very close. As you can see, it's a visual gap at the moment. Hervina's done a good job here to recover from that half spin on around turn 16 after the safety car restart. To keep 3s, we see Slardus with the big inside right lock up there. Matthias working through the chicane. Should get DRS again, but Slardus just gets a bit better traction out of there from sort of that turn 14, 15, 16. So he can't quite keep up with him as we see Crazy Kiwi. Or this is Cairns. No, he can't get past. So Rhino, I think that might have been a change of position there. So Rhino's moved up into P8. Hervina has a penalty. I think I mentioned that just before. So we've got some pretty close battles going on here at the moment. It's good, clean racing. Nice and tight at the top. Just having a look. It's a 3.7 gap from first to second. So it's Baraka from Sandeezy. Then Hervina's 5.5 second gap behind Slardus. Behind Sandeezy. Slardus is just behind Hervina. Then it's Matthias, Jack Jackson, Wheezy Western, Rhino Cairns, Chihimid Mond. Can never pronounce that name. Make up the top 10. We're lap 9 of 33. We have 4 DNFs. So it's Exotic, Trilla Gorilla, Lazo, and Toby Tiger. So we've picked up this battle again. So let's see, where does Matthias lose him? So he's nice and close now. He hasn't been getting a good run onto the front straight. This looks a little bit better. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what assists these guys run. Okay, this is looking a bit better. This isn't a 0 assist league, so there are assists allowed. Medium traction control, I believe, is the maximum. So Matthias nice and close now as he goes through turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Not really an optimal overtaking zone. Can be done though, but not this time around. So go through turn 4. Crazy Kiwi receives a time penalty. We'll get back to that battle in a minute. Oh, yeah, so that was Cairns. Made a little mistake there, got onto the grass. He's going to go down the inside. No, so Chihimond, whatever his name is, he's fast at the moment. He's in P9. He's overtaking Cairns. And then Cairns is coming under attack from Diddle-Lick as well. So can Matthias get past Slardis? Is proving quite the foe. That McLaren very wide and very large at the moment for Matthias. Looks like he's a lot closer now. Rides that curb pretty hard. Can he get a good enough run out? Oh, it's looking like it's all right. Slardis has DRS, but I don't think it's going to matter this time. So I think Slardis finally has hit the overtake button as well. He's got plenty of ERS. He's going to send it down the inside. He does. Pulls it up in time. So nice move from Matthias. So that took a few laps, but he finally got it done. So he's moved up into P4. He's about to begin chase on Hervino, who's currently in P3 at the moment. So that was a valiant effort from Slardis, but Matthias proved a little bit too fast in the end there. We're lap 11, so those medium runners should expect them to pit very, very shortly. We're lap 11, probably around the lap 14, 15 mark. We should expect to see them in. Where are we? So, yeah, they're all... Yep, so that's looking pretty standard at the moment. What about Diddle-Lick? He is all over Cairns. Gets a little bit loose out of turn 9 with the short run into turn 10. Cairns defends on the inside. Forces Diddle-Lick around the outside, touches wheels a little bit, running right on the AstroTurf there as he's making his way around through turn 12. Turn 13, the other right-hander, not really an overtaking opportunity through here. You've got to pretty much follow line of stern. He'll want to try and stay as close as he can to him to try and get a nice run out of turn 16 onto the front straight. Open up that DRS, hit the curse button as he does now and try and get past. Looking like he will, so Cairns goes the inside defensive line. Oh! Wow, Diddle-Lick running pretty close. Probably a bit unnecessary there. No harm, no foul. So Diddle-Lick moves up into point scoring position P10. At the moment, Cairns drops down into P11. Well, lap 12 with 33. It's still Baraka doing it pretty easy out in front. He is 4.4 seconds ahead of Sandeezy. It's Matthias. Oh, who's Crazy Kiwi's pitting? Oh, he's had to pit for a new nose cone. Looks like he's putting on a new set of mediums there as well. Yes, so Sandeezy 4.4 second gap. Then Matthias is almost 5 seconds behind Sandeezy. Hervina's 1.3 seconds behind Matthias. And it's Slardis, Jack Jackson, Wheezy Western, Rhino, Chihimond. What am I going to call this guy? And Diddle-Lick rounding out the top 10. So let's see if Matthias can give chase. He's 4.4 seconds back. He's just set the fastest lap of a 1:18.1. So he's definitely enjoying his time out there at the moment. He's got the pace. We'll get back to him shortly. Seems like everything's sort of settled down at the moment for now. We will expect the medium runners to pit relatively soon though, the next sort of 2 to 3 laps. We'll keep an eye out for them. And we'll see what they're going to go on to. If they've started on the mediums, I dare say they'll need to go hards. But we'll have to see how that does develop as we go along. Alright, so just having a look through the pack here. This is pretty much the closest battle that we have. It's the two Alfa Romeos of Rhino and Chihimond. Wheezy Western gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. So along with Jack Jackson, Hervina, Diddle-Lick and Crazy Kiwi, they've all received penalties so far. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed also, my usual regular co-commentator, Viet, is not with us this week. He went to his parents' house, forgot to bring his PlayStation, so couldn't commentate. Hopefully he's tuning into the broadcast though, wherever he is, and is enjoying it. We'll hopefully see him along next weekend. He can join us as we see Putin be hopping. Picks up a 3-second time penalty, and the pit window is now open for the medium runners. Oh, this is CFR and Putin be hopping along the front straight. Crazy Kiwi's out. Not too sure what happened to him, but we've got another DNF. So we've got 5 DNFs. Crazy, Exotic, Trilla Gorilla, Lazo, and Toby Tiger. We've got a virtual safety car as well, so maybe that was Crazy Kiwi who has sparked that virtual safety car. So they're generally cleared pretty quickly. A real safety car would have been perfect for the medium runners. We'll see if anyone does pit. We'll see what Baraka does here. He's got an 8-second gap over Sandeezy. Pit lane total times 21 seconds. Doing it under virtual safety car is going to be ideal, and he is doing it, but we're back under racing. So Hervina has pitted, but he's got a drive-through. Oh no, speeding under the safety car. So he gets a drive-through penalty as we see Baraka pit. So does Sandeezy. Sandeezy's pitted. So is Hervina and Slater. So Hervina will need to serve that drive-through though that he got for speeding under the safety car. That's going to affect him later on. So I reckon some of those other runners might have missed a trick there, not pitting. But anyway, would have been perfect for Matthias to pit then too. So, all right, maybe he's going to go one more lap and he'll try and take advantage of it. The overcut, undercut, whatever you want to call it. I'm just calling the racing. That's what I need my technical partner for. That's what I need Viet for. Should never forget his PlayStation. Don't go anywhere without it, mate. Alright, so this is... so let's have a look at stops. So the only cars on track yet to stop is URL Matthias, Wheezy Western, Hervina, and Cairns F1. Hervina also has that drive-through penalty as well. So, yeah, Baraka's going to be fine though. He's P3. Not too far behind, so he's going to be okay. All right, what can Matthias do? So he's not pitting again, so he's going to go around again. This is Jack Jackson. The field's pretty spread out now. We're back to this little fight on track here as we see Chihimimond. Wheezy's pitting as well. So Wheezy decided to do one more lap. Let's see what they go to, actually. What did... Baraka went to the hards as well. Sandeezy went to the hards. Slardus went to the hards. And it looks like... What did Wheezy go to? Wheezy went to the hards as well. And Cairns F1, he's gone to the hards. So the medium runners are all doing the one-stoppers. Going medium hard at the moment. What about Baraka? He is in P3, so he's giving chase now to Jack Jackson, who's 6/10 up the road. You can see the gap. Don't really need to tell you the gap. It's pretty closing him up pretty well there, under braking as well from Baraka. Coming through turn 12. Very smooth driver. Very effortless style from Baraka when you watch it. Matthias is pitted. All right. So Matthias is in the pits. He's probably going to shake out, I'd say, around P7. You've got, oh no, maybe a little bit closer. Diddle lick. Oh, sorry, no, P6. Maybe around P6, P7. Yep. P6 he's going to come out. So he's completed his stop. That leaves Jack Jackson in the lead, who has stopped. He's on the hard tyres. He's going to the end. Oh, sorry. And that was Hervina. Looks like he's serving his drive-through penalty now as well. Jack Jackson does have a penalty. Well, that's 17 to 33 as well, so we're just over the halfway mark. So this is the on-track battle. This is for P1. This is Baraka. Slams that DRS wide open in the sprint into turn 10. Chasing down Jack Jackson in that Red Bull. Rhino's done pretty well for himself. He's moved up into P3. So he's having a good drive so far. Diddle Lick there in P4. Sandeezy, Matthias, Slardis, CFR Vesti, Wheezy Weston, and Chihimimond. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm just going to have to call him Mond. He's P10. Alright, so Jack Jackson doing a pretty good job here of keeping Baraka behind him as Rhino pits. So he has already stopped. He's going on to the hards. He might have been one of the early stoppers. So that moves Slardis up into P6 at the moment. So let's get back to this. This is for the lead. This is Baraka chasing down Jack Jackson in the Red Bull. Just having a scan down through the field. No other real close battles. Rhino in P10. Oh, King Mural. P12 at the moment. Had a good qualifying. He's had a rough race so far. He's chasing down Cairns as they come around turn 4. I'll get back to the battle for the lead in a second. It's still at 2/10s, 4/10s almost now. So maybe Baraka had a little moment there. Just under 2/10s now. So coming up the front straight. Jack Jackson defends the inside line. Baraka gets right across the curve there. So I think he pulled out by the looks of it there. He did decelerate. So he didn't want to take the position that way. So he's given that back to Jack Jackson. So he's able to hold him off for P1 for now. I feel like it could only just be a matter of time though before Baraka is able to get past. Wheezy Weston is fighting it out with Mond at the moment. This is P8, P9. So Mond's moved his way up there in the Alfa Romeo. And it's the other Alfa Romeo of Rhino, who's now putting a lot of pressure on Wheezy in the Haas at the moment. Oh no, that's Wheezy, he's run wide. He's run wide, so that was, he's run wide through turn 4 there. So that puts an end to that. So Rhino and Mond have been able to move through. King Mural's still a fair way off this little pack here. Let's get back to the front there. So that's Wheezy down in P10. We're back to P1 and P2. So it's Jack Jackson and Baraka Cap Shalom. Baraka's got the DRS. Closing in rapidly on Jack Jackson. Jack Jackson takes the inside line to defend. We're going to go a replay of what we saw a lap ago. But this time, Baraka is able to make it stick. And he now moves through to P1. So Jack Jackson, that's an interesting line through there. So Jack Jackson moves into P2 now. What about Diddlelick? Oh, has Sandeezy had a moment there? So he's closed right in on Sandeezy, who's currently in P3 at the moment. URL Matthias, he's just a couple of seconds back from these two. So he'll want to try and get in on this action. So I don't know if Sandeezy had a little moment through the first part of the lap, through turns 1, 2 and 3. Pretty easy on those older tyres coming around turn 3 to get a little bit of oversteer to lose the back end of the car. So we're lap 20 of 33. Let's see what sort of fight Diddlelick can bring to Sandeezy in the Williams. I'm sure Sandeezy will want to try and secure that final podium spot. URL Matthias closing these guys down very quickly. Oh, as we see Diddlelick, he pits. Alright, so he's gone into the pit. So that gives Sandeezy a little bit of breathing room now. But he's not going to have it for too long because Matthias He's set the fastest lap, I think, a lap ago. He is very fast out there at the moment, so he will close that down quite quickly, you would expect. He's going to bring the fight to Sandeezy over the last 12 laps. So Sandeezy's going to need to stay on it. Oh no, so that was just Diddle-Lick. So he's rejoined in P8. Rhino, who just recently pitted, he's in P9, so he's just on the back of this group. He'll want to take advantage of those cold tyres that Diddle-Lick will have. Oh, Diddle-Lick making the move on CFR Vesti through turn 4, who's run wide. So he's dropped a position to Rhino as well. Wheezy's about 3 seconds behind these guys, so he won't get to take advantage of that. But yeah, CFR Vesti, he's down in P9 at the moment. What about Hervina? He had a good start, but it sort of all went wrong after the safety car. So he's currently chasing down Cairns as they head up through the fast turn 9 right-hander. Matthias goes fastest lap again at 1:17.7. So he's only 6/10 behind Sandeezy at the moment. Hervina goes very deep under brakes there into turn 10. Get back to these guys. This is Diddle-Lick on Mond coming up the front straight. We'll have the DRS. Does have the DRS. He's hit the overtake button. Got to take the inside line. Textbook stuff there from Diddle-Lick in the Ferrari. So he puts the move through there. Turn 1. He moves his way up into P6. Mond drops down to P7 and he will shortly come under attack from his teammate as Hervina gets past Cairns. That was into turn 1. What about Matthias? So we'll keep an eye on these two as well. This should be a good battle. Both these guys are pretty quick. So Sandeezy's not going to be easy to get past. As the famous Murray Walker once said, it's one thing to catch a person, it's another thing to get past them. I wonder if half the drivers are even old enough to even A, know who Murray Walker is, and B, to actually listen to his commentary. Makes me feel pretty old, actually. As we go down the front straight, a little bit of weaving there from Sandeezy. Not too sure what he was doing, but that makes the job pretty easy for URL Matthias, who does it pretty simple overtake there into turn 1. So he's in P3 at the moment. He's got 10 laps to chase down Jack Jackson in the Red Bull. He's 5.8 seconds behind at the moment. Wheezy Weston coming down the front straight. He's got the DRS. CFR Vesti doesn't have DRS. Doesn't even need the overtake button for that. Oh, CFR Vesti's going to fight pretty hard for that. He says, I'm not giving it up that easy. I'm going to make you work for it. Wheezy sticking with him through turn 3. Tries to take the tighter line. Didn't give him much of an advantage there. So you'll have to wait a little bit later in the lap now to try and get past CFR Vesti. So this is for P9 and P10 at the moment. 10 laps to go. Ooh, Wheezy gets a little bit of snap of oversteer there. It's 96 versus 69. Numbers, how's that? URL Matthias, 1:17.2, fastest lap of the race again. He's flying out there. It's a 4.9 second gap between him and Jack Jackson in P2. But it's a half a second gap between these two, between Wheezy and Vesti. Rhino pits up a 3-second time penalty. Don't have too many penalties today, only 6. 15 runners left. Who was that? I thought that was someone there. So we've got 5 DNFs currently at the moment. As we see, Wheezy gets a better run this time. Can he get the pass done this lap around? No, he can't. So he has a little bit of contact with Vesti there. And he can't get past him. I don't think he's going to have a good enough run into turn 4 either from Wheezy. So he might have to, he's either going to have to wait later in the lap again. It's not really renowned for its overtaking areas, spots around Spain. Pretty limited. Turn 1 is the usually the optimal, as Wheezy gets a 3-second time penalty. So he's making it pretty hard for himself at the moment. That gap out in front, it's a 2.9 second gap between Jack Jackson and Baraka. Matthias is 4 seconds behind Jack Jackson. And that seems to be closing down bit by bit at the moment. Looks like the Phantom is having a go at Cairns F1. We'll keep an eye, we'll have a look at these guys. We'll get back to Wheezy, Weston and Vesty though. Alright, Westy, Wheezy Weston, take 3. Yeah, alright, 3rd time's a charm, baby. Oh, CFR Vesty still wanted to have a go into turn 1, but Wheezy finally got it done. Alright, that moves him up into P8. CFFR Vesty, he's in P9. Just behind these guys is Rhino in the Alfa Romeo in the final points paying position. The gap out between P2, P3 is 3 seconds, 2.9 to be exact at the moment between Matthias and Jack Jackson. Diddle Lick picks up a 3-second time penalty. We've got 7 laps left. Lap 26 to 33. This is round 5, season 2, FRL. Wherever you're joining us, thanks for having a look. And I hope you're all doing well, whether it's morning, noon or evening. It's evening where I am. Sunday night. What else would you want to be doing on a Sunday night? Alright, so this is Cairns and Phantom. 2.5 seconds now between Matthias and Jack Jackson. Oh, looks like Rhino's having a go now at CFR Vesty. And Rhino's able to take him. So Vesty's dropped a couple of positions in the last 2 laps. So I wonder if those tyres are starting to feel a little bit rough. 23 laps. He's still got 7 laps to go, mate. He's going to have to pit again, surely. He's going to be running just on the carcass by the time he finishes if he keeps on going with those. In saying that, though, he did a pretty good job of defending for as long as he did, given how old his tyres are. 1.2 seconds now between Matthias and Jack Jackson. In the meantime, Baraka is just walking away with this. Almost a 6-second gap. Jack Jackson pits. So that makes it pretty easy for Matthias, who inherits P3. So I wonder what was the deal with Jack Jackson? Did he? Oh, I'm not too sure. So, all right, what's he gone on to? He's gone on to the softs. By the looks of it, he has. Yep. All right. So he has gone on to the softs. He comes out in P5, just behind Slardis. Putin B. Hoppin is hopping out of the session. We've lost 6 now. We're down to 14. We've got a virtual safety car. So Putin in the McLaren. I wonder where that was. Not too sure. Can't see anything on the track map currently. This will be good on the restart though. Actually, Diddlelick and Mond. Don't see anyone going into the pits at the moment. Oh, it was Cairns. Cairns in the AlphaTauri. That would have probably been a good opportunity for Vesty to pit, but he hasn't. Alright, we're still in the virtual safety car. And we're green again. Alright. Oh, Cairns drive-through penalty, speeding under the virtual safety car. So easy to do that. You really got to have your wits about you when you're under the virtual safety car. So the gap between, it's Baraka and Matthias. It's a Mercedes 1-2 currently. 6.5 second gap from first to second. 2.9 seconds, sorry, between Matthias and Sandisi. And then it's Slardis in P4. So, oh, we got Jack Jackson. Speaking of Slardis, he's overtaking him at the moment. So he moves into P4 after that Jack Jackson pitted for those fresh soft tyres. So he takes P4 back. He's a fair way behind Sandisi at the moment. He's 16 seconds behind. Let's see what tyre situation is. Yeah, all those hard runners, they're pretty good. So they're well within range. So they're not going to have any dramas until the end. Still not too sure what CFR Vesti's doing. 25 laps on those hard tyres. Maybe he's seeing how far he can go before he gets a puncture. I'm not too sure. As we see Cairns pit to serve his penalty. Mon, this is pretty much the closest fight we've got on the track currently. 7/10. King Mural's in P12. He's battling away still. Diddle Lick picks up another 3-second warning. Well, Rhino's giving chase to Wheezy at the moment. Let's have a look at the tyre situation. So Rhino's on 9 lap old tyres. Jack Jackson goes a 1:16.8 for the fastest lap of the race. So Rhino has 9 lap old hards. Wheezy has 11 old lap hards. So only 2 lap difference. Not too sure if that's enough to give you a massive edge, but we'll have to see. He's got 4 laps to chase him down. He's got the DRS to help assist with that. Hervina passes Vesti. So Vesti's falling faster than GameStop stock at the moment. He is in P11 on what would be 26 lap old hard tyres at the moment. So at least we're getting someone give us a live experiment to see how far they can last. The hard tyre can last around Spain, around the Barcelona circuit before popping. Gap out in front between Matthias is 6.5 seconds. Sandeezy's 4.3 seconds behind him in P3. And we're looking at this on-track battle of Mond, and this is Diddle Lick in front of him. Just behind these two is Wheezy Weston and Rhino, who are battling it out. So I'll keep an eye on those guys as well. See if Mond can get DRS up the front straight. Yes, he does. Hits the overtake button. Kicks in. And he is going to be able to send it up the inside. He does that pretty easily. Looked like he was almost going to outbrake himself by how slow Diddle Lick was going. Does Rhino? Can Rhino do the same? He's going to send it. He does. That was a nice move from Rhino. So up the inside of Wheezy Weston into turn 1. He absolutely sent it. So nice move from Rhino to take P8. 3 laps left. Fighting like it's as if it's for the win. That was big balls. Man, nice move from Rhino. I liked it. All right, some good overtaking here in the dying stages of round 5 of Div 1 FRL. It's Baraka, though, still with a 6.1 second lead. Man, what a move from Rhino. That'd be good to check out on the replay. Baraka gets a 3-second time penalty. Not really going to make much difference at the moment as his lead is double that. So unless he has some kind of moment, that would put Matthias back into the hunt. Speaking of Matthias, what a race. Started P20, is currently P2. So we said to keep an eye on him at the start of the race. And yeah, he's proven us to be a good watch. So, and Rhino's able to keep Wheezy behind him as well. So, yeah, Wheezy's not being able to fight back. All right. Wheezy is also, he's got a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at penalty situation. So Wheezy's got 9 seconds of penalties. Rhino's 3 seconds. Diddle Lick's 9 seconds. The Phantom's 3. Jackson's 3. And Baraka is 3 seconds. All right. All right, so we've just ticked over lap 32 of 33. Let's see if Rhino can keep Wheezy behind him for the rest of this race. This is pretty much the closest 2 cars on the circuit as we speak. Diddle Lick is trying to make some inroads into Mond. That's P7 and 6. So that's just in front of these 2 at the moment. But yeah, Rhino with that sensational move a couple of laps ago into turn 1. As our other commentator, Sweensy, I think he is, his favourite saying is he licked it, sticked it, and sent it. I don't want to steal his gimmick, but if he was here, I'm sure that's what he would have said. Wheezy's got the open DRS there into turn 1, but not close enough to have a go. Where is Baraka? He is coming around turn 13 as we speak, so he is about to begin his final lap. So I'll try and keep one eye on him, one eye on this little battle that we have going on here to make sure we get him crossing the line. Matthias is 5 seconds behind him, so yeah, barring some kind of late stage incident to Baraka, even with that time penalty, he is going to be safe. As we're looking at the rear of the Haas of Wheezy Western, who's 6/10 now behind Rhino. So Rhino just needs to hold him off for one more lap, and he will take home a very, very well-earned P8. A hard-fought P8. Wheezy picks up another 3-second time penalty, so that's 12 seconds worth of penalties for him at the moment. So even if it was to pass him, it's just for pride at this stage. Yeah, not too sure what the American flag's about. He's an Australian driver. So, yeah, maybe that's a tribute to his good friend, Huge Anus, who I think he's got some issues with his setup at the moment. So, but anyway, so Baraka is led from start to finish. It's been a dominating drive from the Mercedes driver. Well done to Baraka, who takes round 5 of the FRL Racing League Championship. Matthias with an well-earned P2. Sandeezy crosses the line for P3. Jack Jackson in the Red Bull. He's just coming through, navigating through the final turn at the moment. Oh, Wheezy's retired. So what's happened to Wheezy? I don't know. He's lost it somewhere. That looks like around turn 9. So Jack Jackson comes in P4. Slardis crosses the line in P5. So well done to him. Mon for a very well-earned P6 in the Alfa Romeo. Diddleick not far behind him in P7. Here comes Rhino in P8. I don't know if that's going to make any difference with the time penalties. It doesn't. Hervina takes home a point. And CFR Vesti, how many laps did you do on that tyre? 30 laps on the hard tyres. That is a very, very well-earned 1 point there. King Mural comes home in P11. As we see him cross the... Oh, that's one way to cross the line, I guess. And the Phantom in P12. He is going to cross the line. I don't know if he's going to hit the wall. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. He doesn't. And that's it for round 5 of the FRL League. So we'll do a quick little wrap-up. That wasn't a bad race, actually. URL Matthias, driver of the day. You know what? I can't argue with that. P20 to P2. Just think if he actually had been here for qualifying, he could have given... I reckon he could have given Baraka a bit of a run for his money. So it's the 2 Mercedes drivers up there with Sandeezy in P3. Well done to all those guys. Congratulations. Nice little podium animation there. We'll do a quick little review of the results, and then we'll wrap it up and get out of here. So there we have it. It's Baraka, Matthias, Mercedes 1-2, Sandeezy, Jack Jackson, Slardis, Mon, Diddleick, Rhino, Hervina, and CFR Vesti make up the top 10. Then it's Phantom, King Mural, Wheezy Western, Cairns are the last of the finishers. Putin B. Hoppin, Crazy Kiwi, Exotic, Triller Gorilla, Lazo, and Toby Tiger, all DNFs. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that wherever you're watching. Next race is going to be, I do believe, I think it's going to be Monaco. Let me just double check this. Where are we? Just double checking. We are going to do Monaco. All right. That is going to be very, very interesting. Anyway, hope you can join us then. Until then, stay safe, take care of yourself. My name is Nick. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time.